Okay, quick disclaimer. What I'm about to share in this video is based off my own personal experience with something that I am currently dealing with. I am not advising anyone to go through it. What I am going to give you the advice on is how to deal with it as far as cutting ties. I will never give you the advice to stay with someone who may be mentally or physically abusive. I will never give you that advice. So please don't confuse it with what I'm about to talk about. So in this video, I want to talk about when your narc ex premeditated the silent treatment. When the narc ex, another thing, I am not with a narcissist. I have determined that my partner is a dismissive avoidant, very similar to a narcissist, kind of the same ways, but different. The thing about it is, with a dismissive, they don't really know what they're doing. And it's like you're teaching them along the way, you're teaching them how to be respectful. It's like as the relationship grows and matures, it's based off how how much you stay ahead. You're the head of the relationship, as being the empathic person who can teach them empathy, who can teach them how to be respectful. So it is totally up to you if that is the role you choose to play in that relationship, if you're strong enough to handle it. If not, I advise you to get out of it. Get out of it. Cut ties with the person who you feel is taking a lot from you. Because when you find yourself feeling like a person have just completely drained you of who you are, like you're bringing me down, you need to get away from that. I personally don't feel that way yet. I also don't feel untouchable. I will never put myself above the possibilities of what can happen dealing with people with certain personality disorders. But I, again, believe that I was put into this person's life to help them, not only for, my personal relationship with them, but because it was like a duty. It was like something that God appointed me to do. So it's bigger than just a relationship. If that makes sense to y'all, I spoke on that before in an older video. Again, not advising anyone to stay with someone with a personality disorder, especially if it's taking a lot from you. And I'm not a licensed psychiatrist. I'm not none of that. I don't care about the titles. God said it, and that's that. And I'm going to live by that. I'm going to do what I feel like I am here to do. So, I hope these videos are helpful to y'all. Please share them if they are. Like, subscribe, tune in as much as you can. I hope you can take something from them. But again, this is based off my personal experience with the DA. Now, when they premeditate the silent treatment, and this can also be a narcissist. Again, very similar but different. It's like they're preparing you for what's about to happen. So you get to the point because you're so used to it happening in the cycle of the relationship when they get their feelings hurt because they're very sensitive. DAs are very sensitive. Can't say that a narcissist is sensitive. I think that a narcissist is more of an unstable emotion. And they portray that by showing you how angry they get, sometimes violent. But with the DA, they shy away from the moment. And they sometimes even create false narratives and be the victim. They need to hurry up and put that victim uh, you know, put on a role of a victim before you speak on it. So it's like, to me, they premeditated. What they do is, if you have mutual friends, they're gonna speak on it before you can speak to that person. Mind you, you don't have any intentions of speaking on it because you weren't expecting this to happen again, but because you know it has happened in the past, you're used to this person. It's like now you prepare yourself for the silent treatment. What they do is speak on it by telling people, I haven't spoken to them in a while, I don't know what's going on. And they say it as if you're the one who giving the silent treatment, but you're not giving it, and you're not responding. You're dealing with it. And they don't want you to just sit back and take it without giving a reaction that they need to keep going. It's breaking them down now because, dang, I ain't heard from her and it's been 4 or 5 days. Even though, they're the ones who giving the silent treatment. So they need people to believe that you're the one causing it. You're the one causing the silence in y'all's relationship, or you're the one who went silent in a relation with a narc partner, so that they can seem like the victim. DAs plays the victim role just as well as a narcissist play the victim role in their relationships with the silent treatment. That's the whole point that I'm getting to. Now, again, I wouldn't deal with a narcissistic silent treatment like, oh, I'm used to it, and you prepare yourself for it, brace yourself, for the pain that it brings on, because it hurts. It hurts to just be shut out, not acknowledged, dismissed, like if you don't exist, and you're right there in the room with them and they speaking to everyone except you. It's obvious that they're making it seem like, you know, there's a problem and you're the problem. They're setting it up to look that way. So now the tone changes, not only, with you and the narc or you and the DA, it changes with the people around them who they're putting, the audience, who they're putting this act on to. Because now these people are going to respond to you very coldly and they may shut you out. I mean, you just don't find people nowadays questioning things that are going on, or giving it the benefit of the doubt by just getting to know you themselves. They rather go by the first thing they're told. Because just like, the old saying, the lie is more entertaining than the truth. And that's what people, that's what a lot of people live by these days. So the thing is, you don't have to prove nothing to the outsiders. Continue just living your life, doing what makes you happy, tuning out their tantrum. Because when the DA is having, doing this silent treatment thing, they're having an adult tantrum. What they want you to do is to just give in and just beg them and reach out to them, and just multiple attempts of, you know, trying to get them over the phone, calling them 10 times a day, texting them 15 times a day, and they're getting it. But it's like they're holding on to that silent treatment, and they're going to keep doing it because you're reaching out. So that puts them in a position to keep their power over you, because they're like, well, why would I give in now? I'm having so much fun with the fact that I know it's getting to her or getting to him. So I'm not going to answer. And I know that they haven't done anything wrong. I'm just in my feelings. You hurt my feelings. And until you apologize for hurting my feelings and making this right with us, you know, I'll still give it some more time before I come around. That's how a DA acts, as well as the narcissist. But the DA, it's like they're going to sit in their misery a little and think about what they've done. They may even tell you, because he told me, like, you right, and I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. I just need to take some time right now and think about things. So he acknowledged it in a small way, still with a little stubbornness and being stuck in his feelings. But I let him have that moment because he may need that in order to grow and realize, you know, I don't really need validation because I know I ain't done nothing wrong. I know why they use that tactic because they don't know any better. I have the patience to deal with it. I do. Again, not advising nobody to deal with it. You have to do what's best for your own mental health and your own peace of mind and well being. Now, with a narcissist, they're not going to admit that maybe I was wrong and I probably do need to work on myself and check myself. So just give me a little space because sometimes people do need that space. And again, the DA, they need that space because it all goes back, even with the narcissist, to childhood experiences. That plays a huge role on why a person is the way they are. Not all people who have grown up in a narcissistic parenting upbringing grow up to have this disorder, this personality disorder, whatever the textbook terms you want to call it. I'm not a professional. Not all people grow up to be a narc or DA or toxic, messy, abusive. Not all people grow up to have these labels and carry that in the relationships. You know, hell, I feel like I had daddy issues because I didn't have one. So by being abandoned, I don't abandon people. I know what it feels like. It hurts, and I don't want nobody else to have to feel that. My daddy knew I existed. He knew I was there. The man chose not to be in my life. I'm not going to do that to hurt no one else. Like the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. That's true. I'm choosing not to do that, though. So that's not an excuse. Thing about it is, it happens, though. A lot of times it happens from an upbringing. Some children that may not be brought up by the biological parents. They may have had adoptive parents who never really had that love and connection, and I could just go so deep into that. Thing about it is, with a DA, a dismissive avoidant, who I'm with right now, I know how to handle it. And I'm giving him the space he needs when he does the silent treatment. I know I don't deserve it, and he's trying to figure it out. Like, why am I doing this? Why do I feel this way? And I'm like, it had a lot to do with your childhood. I've been telling you that. So it's like every time it gets better, it's complete opposite with a narcissist. Any tactic they use to hurt you, manipulate you, to flip the script on you, play mind games, gaslight you, or whatever, it gets worse. Now, the way to deal with it with the DA, again, give them that space and that time. If it's meant to be, it'll be. But still, you have to say to yourself, is this something I want? And you got to make that decision for yourself if there's something you want. And you got to let them know at times, and just let them know this is not what I want. I'm not going to keep dealing with this because I feel like I have to teach you how to love me. And I just don't want that position in this relationship. I feel like, it's a lot on me. Even if you handling it, you have to make that decision for yourself based on how it makes you feel while you're going through it. Again, with the narcissist, complete opposite. Just cut ties completely. Don't even give them a second chance. I, with my experience dealing with the narc X and the silent treatment, it's like they do prepare you for it. They say things. You may even catch them in a lie. Other people will mention things. Like, we were together all day, every day for days, weeks, months. We talk multiple times a day if we're not together. And the moment that you confront them on something which will hold them accountable, I'm talking about the DA, It's like they sitting and they thinking like, dang. So they kind of become hard on themselves because they're not perfect. And you gotta let them know it's okay. Maybe you didn't know no better. Now you know. So going forward, just don't speak to me that way. That's all. Don't speak to me that way because it's cruel. It's uncalled for. We should have better communication than that. Don't snap me up because you don't agree with my opinion on something. That doesn't make you right. You know, my thoughts still matter. So they're going to think about it and they're going to work on that part of communication in their relationship. With a narcissist, you call them out and they get angry. You know, they can't handle accountability. They will not accept the fact that, you know, it gives you validation to know that they were wrong. And the DA, they will show you that a little bit too, because they're going to get quiet on you. That's when the silent treatment is revving up. That's when you can just prepare yourself because you know it's about to come. You can even tell them, I know you're about to give me the silent treatment, but I said what I said because you really need to check that. Again, they will, the DA will tell people, I haven't spoke to him in a couple of days, like they're punishing themselves because they know that it's about to happen, but they're the ones doing it. That's crazy. It's just crazy all the way around with both of them. The narcissist will say like, she just stopped speaking to me. They just do the most. She just stopped speaking to me, or he just stopped speaking to me. And you're like, we were just talking yesterday until I called you out on something. Now you mad and you giving me the silent treatment. Oh, I know where this is going. Same thing with the DA. Like, I ain't talked to her in a couple of days. Why are you lying? If you can tell a small lie like that, there's no telling what you've been lying about. Lying just to make yourself feel like maybe I deserve the punishment. But they don't cut you down. That's the difference between a narc and a DA. They're not gonna character assassinate you. The DA is not gonna do that to you when they're getting ready to, premeditate this silent treatment. When they're getting ready to serve you that silent treatment, it's going to be silent and they're gonna back out slowly. It's really gonna be silence. They're just gone, disappeared, ghost. And they sit in it and they think about it until they find a way to slip back to you shamefully. Narcissists don't come back shamefully. They're gonna smear you. DA's gonna smear. Narcissists do. They're gonna smear you, try to destroy you, make sure that everyone knows this silent treatment that I gave them. I need people to think they're being silent with me, and at the same time they've been very just downright cruel and angry. So I'm kind of backing away. That's what they do. But again, that's my experience with dealing with the silent treatment with both a dismissive avoidant, a DA, and a narcissist, as in a relationship, and as just a person in general who I know who behaves that way. I have experienced that with people, family, associates, co-workers who I've always talked about on here. So yeah, it happens. They premeditate the silent treatment. And it's like you just have to get yourself prepared for it. Give yourself a pep talk that this is what's going to happen. So let me get into some things to occupy my time that I will not be having talking to them, spending time with them, going out to eat with them, sleeping with them, whatever. Quality time with them, working with them, conversating with them, texting them. The dismissive avoidant, when it comes to the family and the outsiders, they're not going to know about the silent treatment. They're not going to know about it, so you're going to have to speak on it. And it's like you feel like I'm not speaking on it to chop them down. I'm not putting them down. I'm just letting you know that they're back at it again. So this is where we're at. You know, with the narcissist, when the family knows, they're gonna know, and you're not gonna know that they have put it out there, and just completely destroyed your name in the process. It's just going to be a different feeling. You're going to always have empathy for the DA, even during the darn silent treatment, because they're learning how to be better people. They may really want to do that and just finding their way, within the relationship. With the narcissist, they already know what they're doing. It's premeditated to hurt you. When the DA do it, it's premeditated to protect themselves from the hurt that they're finna get from people. Like, why are you doing this to her? She don't deserve that. And it's like you don't want people to beat them down because you're like, I got this. I got this. I'm okay. See, it's always a difference of feelings when you're going through it with both of them. But anyway, I wasn't supposed to make this video that long. I hope y'all can understand the two from my perspective. Again, I'm not a professional and I don't care. I'm speaking on it because I have experienced it. And so this is the way I can express myself on it, the very best way I can. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. Again, share these videos if they're helpful to you. Please share these videos. Leave your thoughts down below and I will talk to you soon.